Have you ever wondered, in the grand scheme of global economics, what sets capitalism apart from communism? It's a question that's been the subject of countless debates and discussions. Today we're going to explore that very topic. We aim to dissect the key differences between these two economic systems that have shaped societies, influenced political ideologies, and fueled revolutions. But first, let's lay the groundwork. Capitalism, at its core, is an economic system where private entities own and control the means of production. On the other hand, communism is based on the principle of common ownership, where the means of production are owned by the community as a whole. These two systems are often seen as polar opposites, each with its own set of pros and cons, and each shaping the world in vastly different ways. So, buckle up as we delve into the intricate world of capitalism and communism. At its heart, what truly defines capitalism? Well, let's dive right in. The core of capitalism is built on three main principles: private property, free market, and the profit motive. Let's break these down. Private property is the cornerstone of capitalism. It gives individuals the right to own and control their assets, whether it's their home, their business, or their intellectual property. This principle of ownership extends to the fruits of their labor, allowing individuals to reap the rewards of their work. Next up, we have the free market. This is where the magic happens. In a capitalist system, prices of goods and services are determined by supply and demand in the market. No one entity controls the market. Instead, it's the collective decisions of consumers and producers that steer the economic ship. This freedom allows for a dynamic and responsive economic environment. Then there's the profit motive. This is the driving force behind entrepreneurship in a capitalist system. Individuals and businesses strive to maximize their profits, and in doing so, they contribute to economic growth and development. The pursuit of profit encourages businesses to innovate, improve efficiency, and provide goods and services that consumers want and need. But capitalism isn't just about making money, it's also about competition and innovation. In a capitalist system, businesses compete with each other to win over consumers. This competition fosters innovation as businesses continually strive to improve their products and services, offering better quality, more choices, and lower prices. It's a never-ending cycle of improvement, driven by the desire to succeed in the marketplace. So, when we talk about capitalism, we're talking about an economic system where individuals can own property, operate in a free market, and are motivated by profit. It's a system that values individual freedom, competition, and the entrepreneurial spirit. It's a system that encourages businesses to innovate and improve, all in the pursuit of profit and success. Capitalism, therefore, thrives on competition and fosters innovation. Now let's pivot to communism. What are its fundamental principles? Communism, as a socio-economic system, is built on a few fundamental principles. At its heart, it's all about communal ownership. This means that all property, from factories to farms, is owned collectively by the people. There's no private ownership. All goods and resources are shared equally among the community, with the idea being that everyone contributes according to their ability and receives according to their needs. Now let's talk about class distinctions, or rather the lack thereof. Communism seeks to dissolve all class distinctions. In a communist society, there are no rich or poor, no upper or lower class. Everyone is equal and everyone shares in the fruits of their labor. This is a stark contrast to capitalism, where wealth and resources are unevenly distributed, leading to class divisions. Another key principle is the planned economy. In a communist system, the economy is centrally planned and controlled by the state. This means that the government decides what goods are produced, how they are produced, and who gets them. The idea is to prevent wasteful competition and ensure that resources are allocated efficiently and equitably. So what does communism aim for? In essence, it's all about equality. By eliminating private ownership and class distinctions, and by centrally planning the economy, communism seeks to create a society where everyone is equal, where everyone has equal access to goods and resources, and where no one is left behind. But it's not just about equality, it's also about eliminating competition. In a capitalist society, businesses compete with each other for customers and profits. This competition can drive innovation and growth, but it can also lead to inequality and exploitation. Communism, on the other hand, seeks to eliminate this competition with the belief that cooperation and collaboration rather than competition are the keys to a prosperous and equitable society. Communism, in stark contrast, aims for equality, eliminating competition. Now that we've grasped the essence of both systems, what sets them apart? Let's take a deep dive into the key differences between capitalism and communism, focusing on property rights, economic freedom, income equality, and the role of government. These aspects, my friends, are the pivot points that distinguish one system from the other. First up, property rights. In a capitalist society, individuals and businesses have the right to own and control property, be it land, buildings, or even intellectual property. This private ownership is often protected by law and is seen as a fundamental right. On the flip side, communism paints a starkly different picture. Property is publicly owned and everyone shares in the benefits. The notion here is that wealth should not be concentrated in the hands of a few, but should be distributed among the many. Next, let's talk about economic freedom. In capitalism, the market is king. Businesses compete freely, prices are determined by supply and demand, and consumers have the liberty to buy what they want. It's like a giant, bustling bazaar where everyone is trying to offer the best product or service. Contrast this with communism, where the government typically controls the economy. They decide what's produced, how it's produced, and who gets what. The aim is to ensure everyone's basic needs are met. Moving on to income equality, another hot topic. In capitalism, there's a wide income range. Some people make a lot more money than others. It's based on the principle that if you work harder, you earn more. But this can lead to income inequality and social disparities. Communism, however, seeks to eliminate this inequality by ensuring everyone receives an equal share, regardless of their job or how hard they work. The idea is to promote a classless society where everyone is on the same footing. And finally, let's consider the role of government. In a capitalist system, the government's role is often limited to enforcing laws and preserving market competition. They're like a referee in a football game, making sure everyone plays fair. But in communism, the government plays a much more active role. They control the economy, distribute wealth, and ensure everyone's needs are met. They're not just the referee, but also the coach, the team owner, and sometimes even the players. So, in a nutshell, capitalism emphasizes private ownership, market freedom, income disparity, and limited government intervention. Communism, on the other hand, champions public ownership, government control, income equality, and a significant role for the government in all aspects of life. Clearly, capitalism and communism differ significantly in their approach to economic and social issues. In conclusion, what are the key takeaways from our discussion? We've embarked on a journey through the fascinating world of economic ideologies, exploring the core principles of capitalism and communism. We've seen how capitalism, with its emphasis on free markets and individual initiative, fuels innovation and economic growth. At its core, capitalism thrives on competition, allowing businesses to sink or swim based on their ability to meet consumer needs. It's a system that celebrates individual freedom and personal achievement. On the other hand, we've delved into communism, a system that advocates for a classless society where wealth and resources are shared equally among its members. The heart of communism lies in its collective ownership, where the fruits of labor are distributed equally, aiming to eliminate socioeconomic disparities. But as we've discovered, these two systems are not just black and white. Each comes with its own set of complexities and intricacies. The key differences lie in their approach to economic management and social equality. While capitalism promotes individualism and economic freedom, it can also lead to wealth disparities. Communism, while aiming for social equality, may stifle individual initiative and innovation due to its lack of competition. Understanding these systems isn't just an intellectual exercise, it provides a lens through which we can examine the global economic landscape. It helps us appreciate why certain countries prosper while others struggle. It gives us insight into the debates and conflicts that shape our world, from trade wars to social justice movements. The world isn't strictly capitalist or communist. Many countries operate under mixed economies, combining elements of both systems. It's this blend, this balance, that many argue leads to more sustainable and equitable growth. Remember, no system is perfect. Each has its strengths and weaknesses. The key is to learn from these systems and use that knowledge to build a better, more inclusive world. And there you have it, a closer look at capitalism and communism, two contrasting yet influential economic systems shaping our world.